Andes.
Looking for the power, 1,000 by the hour. Watch as I divide the empires here. I wear the world on my sleeve, ambition and greed. The music, the money, the fame, what else do I need? I'm like a beast, none the least, strapped up in need of change. I got this heart pumping music flowing through my veins. It's kinda trapped in my brain, driving me insane. I just dripping down on me like acid rain. My back's against the wall, time's my enemy. Desire for something higher won't let me be. It burns just like fire, giving me energy. I'm pushing for something higher, dog. What will I be? My drummer, my beat, hard work.
Hey everyone, welcome. Come on into the room, like and share.
We here.
We
back.
here. Pastor E, Lady E, my E, we back.
We back.
Dating God's way.
For sure.
So happy to see you all join us tonight. If you're in the room, come on, just chat, just type I'm here. Y'all come on in. Look, this is going to be an exciting night. I think our first night back in a long time. Michelle, hey daughter, hey, good to see you. Welcome. It's been a long time.
Pastor Will. Wow.
Why, real long time. I mean,
Yeah.
we done had a church conference and everything in time in between.
In South Africa, child.
South Africa.
A whole thing we done did.
It's been a long time, and I just wanted to come on. I had a topic, but I can't find a video, so we just gonna wing this one tonight because
love it. That's one of our best ones, winging it for sure.
Yeah, so we're gonna wing this one tonight, and I don't really have a good direction, but look, I'm just so happy to be back here on a Tuesday night, and so good to be with my friends. Dre, hey Dre, so good to be with my friends, my family. Yeah, y'all come on in, y'all come on and join us live. This is going to be good. I know it's going to be good. Okay. So yeah, so Pastor E, so I decided that to start this back up. Because we have now people that are desiring to marry.
So about to get it down into it.
Within the next, 15, 16 months. And then we also have young people who marriages are being challenged right now with different challenges.
For sure.
And then we have,
hey, Marquette, good to see you.
Hey, Marquette, brother Q, what up, Q? DJ Q in the house. And so we have some marriages that are facing some challenges. Apostle George,
good to see you.
Thanks for joining. Yeah, so we have some marriages, and of course we always have the unmarried that's desiring and that's out there dating and that's doing it, and they want to do it God's way. Mm-hmm. And so we want to just bring some tips on maintaining your holiness, maintaining your salvation while dating and in relationships, right?
Yeah. While married, it's a lot of temptation out there, Pastor.
For sure.
For even a married, there's a lot of temptation out there. Remember that time when you wasn't wearing your ring? Child, I thought I was gonna have to. Child, the Saints was cutting up. I thought Pastor E was gonna have to WWE somebody. Remember that?
No.
Please. I remember. I thought I was gonna have to get that WWE out. I thought I was gonna have to get it.
Hey, Kanish.
I thought I was gonna have to get that WWE out, but you put your ring back on and save somebody. A lot of temptation out there.
So you had the white chair before the white chair, huh?
For sure. I had the white chair before.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
For
goodness.
sure.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, and there is a quite a lot of temptation out here for everyone. Yeah, it came at the wrong time. Yes, absolutely. There is a lot of temptation out here for, you know, just it just is. And
Yeah.
I say, how do you stay out of harm's way of temptation? Like, how do you manage yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great question. I do remember when we first got married, I do remember it was a lot, not just only when we first got married. So I was like 7 months pregnant. People was trying to holler at me when I was going to work every day. I mean, 7 months pregnant, y'all. People was trying to book me. It was crazy. So just like being out in the world, can definitely be a lot of temptation. And I think, it's talking about managing yourself. I think it's number one I say is making sure that your frame of mind is right about commitment.
Yeah,
Your frame of mind, temptation can come in really obvious spaces sometimes. Like that 7 months pregnant, that was very obvious. But also can come very subtly of
mhm,
like, kind of knowing where you stand with like opposite sex relationships, relationships with people that, was old friends, want to be friends. So I think, understanding where your boundaries are as it relates to commitment,
mhm.
and everything that, even though it may not look like a threat, it may be a threat.
Yeah, yeah. I like what you said about that. Is you have to walk out the door in a committed mindset, right?
A committed mindset, and your first commitment, of course, to your relationship with God, that's
Mhm.
100, because you're not going to do nothing that disappoints him. But then also your relationship to your partner, are you do you have a commitment mindset, or are you still looking for even emotional spaces of support?
Mm,
Because that emotional space of support can also open the door for the wrong type of temptations to get in.
mm.
You're looking for emotional. I know definitely people who are in committed relationships that, how you doing that? I like that.
I don't like it. It's my camera. I updated the drivers on my camera,
Oh, that's
and
cute. I was like, how
yeah,
you pulling in like that? I
it's
want to do
not
that.
cute. I
Oh,
hate
it's
it.
not cute. Okay. You look cute though. It's okay. You look cute. And
And
so,
it's irritating on Teams and Zoom call when my camera is moving and I'm talking to somebody.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. So you don't want to do that, but it looks cute. Okay. And so, I do think it's important, Pastor, because there's some people that are in committed relationships that are still connecting with people of the opposite sex, and sometimes even people of the same sex. They're
Mhm.
communicating with them, trying to fill voids of emotional spaces of support. And that can be a temptation for you to start connecting intimately and emotionally with other people other than the person you're in relationship with. That can be a temptation and a danger.
How do you know? Because I think you told me that
Okay.
I was naive about conversations or things of that nature, and people intent or the intent of others. You told me I was naive in those areas,
For
but
sure. I'm sorry, Pastor Will. Very.
oh boy.
I mean,
But
very.
but how do you how do you know within yourself when you have that vulnerability?
It's a great question. Yeah. How do you know when you're have a vulnerability? I think that when we're talking about awareness, it really is about um it's not about, this is how we used to say it in discipleship, right? It's not about if you quote unquote want it to happen. It's about, could it happen?
Hmm,
Could it?
could it?
Right? It's like, maybe that person's intent is 100, but maybe it's not. Like, what if it's not? You have to be open to the possibility that things could grow to a point where it's not, and or the possibility that that person's motive is not the purest, right? You have to be open to exploring that. And I think that is where particularly you kind of, you like always the best out of people. You like see the best in people, which is a great quality, but also it's where your vulnerability is.
Mm.
Because you see everyone as a hey Marvy,
Marvy.
you see everyone as a open book per se. It's like, oh, you think they're being genuine, and sometimes they coming for you. They're bringing you into spaces that are not appropriate.
Yeah.
And I think that's where your awareness has to sharpen. It's not about do they want you, because they might want anything. Anything that will give them some attention. So I think that's the one way you can.
Now she ain't not talking to me. She's talking to y'all. She's not talking to me. She's talking to y'all. She's talking to y'all.
Oh, so happy y'all are back. Hey, Chanel.
Hey, Chanel.
We happy to be back. I think that's where it comes in. That is you have to be willing to ask yourself the hard questions. Right. I don't care what is being presented. What could be presented? What could be underneath? Look, at this point, we talking about opposite sex, we've got to talk about same sex. Because at this point, people are being enticed by the same sex.
Wow.
And so I think, we are in an age where we have to ask those questions with anyone we're in a relationship with. There are some people, neutral people, that you and I have been in a relationship with that were not good for our relationship. I'm not talking about because they wanted you or they wanted me. I'm talking about just because their own childhood trauma, their own ideals about relationships and marriage, their own things that they had going on internally, they were not good for us.
Yeah.
And so I think that's how you get some of those guards down and really start getting that awareness, taking that awareness up to the next level.
So somebody have a question already.
Oh, we ready. We ready.
Somebody. Oh, you did that.
Oh, stop.
You stop.
I'm the person.
You.
See, we ain't been here in a while. I'm the person. I'm the person.
Okay, you the person.
Somebody say hey to you, Pastor Will.
Hey.
One of your friends.
What's the Carlos, man? That's my high school friend.
Question already. Love it. Okay, so can you talk about men being friends with women and vice versa? How does that intertwine with commitment? Now, I'm going to just start off this question with saying, me and Pastor Will have a whole story about this for sure. When we first got together, child, because Pastor Will I call him first a woman's pastor, because it seemed like all the women at his job, everybody wanted Pastor Will to pastor them with advice. All of them.
And it zooms out right on that.
Right on that. I mean, that was dramatic.
That was
dun, dun, dun. So I have a very strong opinion about this. I'm gonna let you start first, Pastor.
Yeah. So clear communication. Without communication, you should not be hiding friends, right?
You should not be hiding friends.
And I think that's where I'll start at. Like, you should not be hiding friends. If a friend needs to be hidden, then more than likely, that friend need to not be a friend and stay hidden from both of you guys' lives, right? So I'm okay with opposite sex friendships, unless it has not been communicated what the relationship is, but it ain't no, like, for me, it ain't no like you hanging out with them or or y'all having some hangout times or whatever.
Private time.
Yeah, that ain't happening. And so yeah, but that's me. I mean, other men could feel different.
But let's just talk about the rules though, Pastor Will. So we did have the rules going there. So couldn't be nobody you slept with.
Right.
This is ain't God's way. So let's just get into it. Couldn't be nobody you just slept with before.
Yep, nobody.
Okay, so that's number one. That was the number one rule. If you slept with her, she could not come over to the marriage. Period.
Yes.
She could not come over. That was our rule. He could not come over. She could not come over. That was one of our rules from the beginning. That was our understanding. They could not come over. And so
And
I
that's
think
another thing. And I think I'm gonna put this pause right there. You have to acknowledge the past of each person, of
right.
your person that you're in a relationship with. You have to acknowledge the past. Like, before me, there was a past.
There was a past. And people can say, oh, that's insecure or that's this or that or whatever. But I didn't cut that soul tie and it's severed. Period. I have hid that's gone. And so it doesn't make sense for me to bring that into a new relationship. So
Yeah.
for me, that was number one. Number two, though, is I think when you talk about clear communication, there has to be clear communication too about like what y'all be talking about.
Right.
Because I'm gonna just tell y'all, he want to know. I wanted to know what's the conversation about. Because that's how I'm just gonna give our business tonight. That's how the inappropriateness started. See, she want to be talking about her relationship, and I'm a woman, so I was like, wait a minute, this is getting a little bit to the left. Like, you now talk about my husband about your relationship with somebody. See, this not you crossing boundaries. Once you start talking about this and when we was this and that, you see. And so that was rule number two. She don't need to be getting intimate with you about her intimacies. That's right. Inappropriate and Mama Cindy voice. That is it, Kanisha. Inappropriate.
Oh
That's
boy.
it. So the kinds of conversation is key as well. If somebody is bringing you into their love life, into their emotional life, that is an unsafe place for a spouse, period.
Yeah.
My last one.
What's the last one?
This is my last one.
What's the last one?
Why y'all got to go out alone? Okay, this ain't how I'm gonna pass the wheel because I was never having this. But why y'all out together alone? I don't understand. I don't understand what opposite sex. I will never understand. I don't care who it is. I don't care why y'all out together and y'all is alone. I just want to know. I'm not having it. That's number three.
Kanisha, you are funny tonight.
Why y'all alone? Okay, we do have a live studio audience, y'all. So y'all might hit a live studio audience sometime. But see, Kanisha said, why we out at all? That's it. Kanisha understand. Why are we out at all? And you married to somebody else. Said Mom be showing out at the restaurant, child. That's it.
So, the video I was going to show tonight.
Here's
the story, right? I mean, now we into this.
What's the story? What's the story, Basil? Because I need to know the story now.
The young man is on. He comes on whatever Facebook Live, Instagram, whatever the platform is, and he shares how his wife he found out that his wife of 4 years.
I don't believe you about to get into this because I'm ready for this tonight.
Cheated on him in their engagement. And she never said anything, and he didn't know. But he shows up at the sister's wedding at the house, and the wife is in there, and evidently the guy that she cheated on him with was now the best man at this wedding. And she held it secret all these years because now she told him, you might hear something. Hey, Yvette, hey, daughter. She told him, you may hear something while you're here about something that happened, and here's what happened. And he did the calculation, and he was like, okay, so you did that while we were engaged. We were dating when you did that. But and so his father-in-law, after a while, his father-in-law apologized to him. He says, I'm sorry you endured that or endured this, and you can do what you want to in this wedding, but you have to blame it on her mom, because her mom instilled into her that before marriage, whatever happened, and you don't have to say anything until after the marriage. So that was the philosophy that she came into the marriage with.
Right. So then after that, because they was married 4 to 5 years at this time when he found out,
Right.
but then he ready to cut the whole thing off.
Yeah, trust has been. He felt like the trust
Trust
was
has been
violated.
broken.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, look. First of all, obviously she wrong. Like we can just start with that. She is wrong. Point blank. Period. She cheated on that man during the engagement. She is wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. But then after he found like doing the wedding or whatever, and then she was all up in the best man face. They was cacking or whatever. And then she get mad at him because he walks out of the reception and stuff like that. And
Right. Because see, they didn't start where we started at the night, number one.
yeah.
Number one is what? If you done slept with somebody, they don't come over.
And you don't be
You better not be kiki with nobody that was from before.
Even if he is in the wedding party?
I don't care who I done told you.
This is a real story, Tara.
I done told you.
It was on Facebook. My
I
Facebook
don't care if your mama love her. I don't care who love her. At the end of the day, I said she don't come over. Period. I don't want to see no kiki kaka. I don't want to see none of it. And that's where they didn't have the conversation. Their communication wasn't good.
Yeah.
You see now.
Yeah.
That's it, Niche. They leaving room for the enemy to enter.
Yeah.
So the question is, what should he do?
What should he do?
What should he do? If we date God's way tonight, I said God's way. What should he do? First of all, somebody need to get saved. Okay, I just need to start with that. They probably need to know Jesus. Because we back, child. That's number one. Okay, but number two, go ahead, Pastor.
I mean, so I think what he needs to do is kind of evaluate his feelings of how he can he evaluate his feelings to the point where he can get past the hurt. Can he do that? Because she's like, it never happened again, and she seemed to be sorry about it. After a while, she realized her wrong after he stopped talking to her or whatever, and yeah. So I think it's a point.
She didn't realize until after he stopped talking to her that she was wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, so she got some problems. So they need to first start with counseling.
They need to start with counseling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
she don't know.
Yeah, she don't know.
She don't know. She don't know. She don't know.
Yeah. And so I think he has to evaluate his feelings of if he can continue to
Avery? He gone.
He gone.
Let's see, I was just about to get into that.
Bishop.
And both people were in the right space, right? That's correct, Yvette. She was sorry he found out. That is correct. And both people was in the right space. What should have happened was if they built the right, Lord have mercy. Mama Cindy said, do they have kids? This a whole thing.
He didn't mention with the past out of video I was watching. He never mentioned any kids.
We need to know the whole story. You hear what I said? They need to know the whole story. But regardless of those facts, if for the first,
I really need to make my camera stop doing this.
Don't worry about it, Dad, until next time.
Okay.
That if they built the right foundation those first 4 to 5 years,
yeah,
it really shouldn't have been a question. I mean, our first 5 years, I'm just saying, Will, like a mistake that you made. Now, I did have questions. I did have some questions though. Cause what's your people? What was your people? Remember your people?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness. Your people on your wedding night, what they call? At the party.
The bachelor party?
The bachelor party, child. I was like, what happened? But then I was like, I ain't even worried about it, child.
What you mean? What happened?
They all showed up late, child.
That was them. I didn't show up late.
I know, but I was for a minute was like, now where was you at? That I want, but then I just let it go though.
You know I had to go get Scooty that night.
Mm-hmm. I know that's what you had told me, but I was wondering.
Scooty was at the airport.
Uh-huh. I was wondering. I'm just saying. So the first 4 to 5 years, I'm just saying it.
You a mess tonight, I tell you.
Tara said she want to know what happened. She said, so Dad, what happened? She just want to know what happened. What happened? What happened? Anyway, I'm just saying by year 5, they should have built enough trust in their relationship that it should have been able to endure something like that in reality. If they built the right foundation, it should have been able to endure. You don't think so? After 5 years? My goodness.
Depends on what their relationship was built on. If it wasn't built on trust, if they was already having trust issues.
It got to be, because I mean, after 5 years, it should have been able to endure. Look,
something that happened in the past.
Happened in the past. I mean, I know it was during engagement. I do get the context, but I'm just saying they should have been able to work through that through counseling, wisdom. Somebody, don't you think so?
I don't know 5 years. I don't know if 5 years long enough to build that kind of resilience.
I mean, look, by year 4, we had Kaylin. By year 5, we had David. We had a whole lot of stuff during that time. You build up a resilience. By year 5, you should have resilience. We had a back-to-back baby resilience. I mean, you should have resilience by that time. By year 5.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know how much they built together.
Sure.
Right. I don't know how much they built together to that could withstand news like that.
Well, it sounds like one of the things that Kanisha's bringing up that I was going to bring up as well is the whole thing that the father said about the mother. So that shows that they came into the relationship with some family issues already that they didn't work through. See, we ain't never going to be nobody's parents.
No.
That should have been clear from the get up. Remember that conversation?
Yeah, remember that.
They never gonna be your parents.
Never that.
I don't care how great they was. Guess what? We ain't gonna be the space, child. We our own space, and so I think that's important.
So even I think she was in the. She also cheated in engagement, right? So I think it's that thing of she was doing her. You know, I'm doing me right now, and it was just that poisonous thing of, you know, anything that happened before the marriage is, you know, is your thing. Is you doing you.
Yeah, you just like, but yeah, I think that's what she's saying is though the commitment wasn't there from the beginning. She already was cutting up.
Probably so.
What her mother told her was the golden rule instead of talking to her person she was in a relationship with.
Yeah.
But I do want to say this though. Let me just say, let me say what we got into it about, because I didn't know the full context when you told me the other night. But I will say that men do have a double standard for sure.
Think about that.
So no, you gotta think about it, because I'm gonna tell you about it right quick. Let me tell you about it right quick. That if a man cheats, there's an expectation that the woman is going to forgive.
Expectation by who?
Period. Expectation by society, the man, other men, other women. That if the man cheats, the woman, she going to get herself together.
Okay.
But if a woman cheats, it is over. He is devastated. He can never go back, like ever. That is like a societal thing that I think we have to get into tonight in Dating God's Way. I think we got to get into it because it's a societal issue. Now, let me just start off by saying nobody should cheat, period. Let me just preface my statement by saying nobody should be out here cheating. Okay, don't make no sense. But it's some standard out here that also needs some alignment. Because why do men get to cheat and women got to take it? Okay, he done brought babies into the marriage, other families. Now, you know you done synced it out here. He done brought a whole family into and they like, it's okay, you know, he was out there. But if a woman does anything similar, she is done. She a hoe, a this, a that, and all the others.
You done went all the way in. So I think the societal norms, right? Um, what is that, you know, this ownership that is perceived a man have on a woman, like that's my wife, so that's my possession. And so when you see my possession or my possession do something outside of my ownership,
Oh,
because that's what we do. That's what we say, right? I
oh,
mean, you know,
goodness.
that's my wife, that's my girl,
Oh,
that's my woman, right?
wow.
And so when our possession does something,
This is fascinating.
yeah, I would think about it. Just think about it.
I'm thinking.
When what I have is violated,
Wow.
then I feel you know, I can feel a detachment from that
Wow.
person.
This is turning into levels tonight.
Yeah, because you know, it's because you mine.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see now where we're going with this. Ownership. Oh, okay. Ownership. So the man then is that's how they talk about it though. Oh, okay. So you talking good, Pastor Will. You see now. Okay, so oh, okay. And so then there is the ownership of the woman that then because the man owns her, and then if she then is with someone else, then ownership has been transferred, and so you got to go.
No, ownership hasn't been transferred, but ownership has been violated.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And once you violate that ownership, it's, you know, you no longer belong to me. I mean, that's the feeling of a man. No, you no
Right.
longer
Okay. So, but
belong,
let's flip this vice
you're
versa.
no longer mine per se.
Right. But the man though, he can have multiple owners. I'm just trying to understand the equity in this position.
Yeah. So women don't take possession of a man like a man take possession of a woman.
What is happening here?
It doesn't.
What is happening here tonight?
You know, they may say, "Oh, that's my man. That's my man. That's my man," but he don't feel like they're like, "Oh, I'm committed," or you know, I'm yours. I mean, when you talk about these infidelity relationships, right? And relationships with infidelity, they don't, you know, you can basically see where the guy does not feel like I'm committed, or you know, my wife owns my body.
I'm confused. Like I'm putting up Michelle tonight because I'm confused as well.
Yeah,
I'm confused by this whole conversation.
go ahead.
I do not know. First of all, I'm just because now you got me clapping. This don't make sense, Pastor. Yeah. Why is I don't?
I'm just telling you, it don't make a lot of sense to me either. But I'm just telling you what that. I'm just telling you what it looks like and why you say the double standard.
This okay. Let me get the God's way right quick so we can get some of this confusion out of this air right quick. When you that's it, Mom B said don't make no sense. We go Mom B she the oldest one here tonight. We go Mom B.
Let me be Mom B, close your ears. Let me use this phone. So you know, like they tell men, you know, go soil your wild oats.
Go sow your wild oats.
Go sow your wild oats. Go sow whatever your wild oats.
So.
And so, you know, it's just go ahead and spread yourself around. Go ahead, because no one owns you. They don't tell a woman to do that. You're absolutely right. But it's that concept of ownership. I don't
Okay.
agree. I don't agree with it.
But
I'm
that's
just
what's
I'm just
out
giving
here.
you I'm just giving you a purview going on. I'm just giving you a perception a Willie's perception that I see through my lens.
Somebody said child David up here. Y'all, David is 18 in a few months. Yeah,
David
he
is
up here.
18.
David is almost
David
18.
is
He knows
18.
things, child. Oh, Pastor, it's too much, child. Okay, so first of all, let me get this story straight. People then is owning people. That's what I gotta just start with that. Is owning people. Okay. People, the men owning women out here like we property. That's one thing that's out here happening in these streets. They think they own women like they property. And that's why, and I just want to just start off by saying, child. Okay.
I mean, it was like when go get your girl.
Yeah. Right.
You know, we inflect and reflect that at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
that's your woman.
Mama Sandy. Mama said we dating God's way. It's about dating, y'all. They need to know about dating. Anyhow, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Possessions. Okay, I see possessions.
Yeah.
This is it. But this is how society is twisted out the game. Because this is why in the 90s, okay, I'm gonna go back, child. In the 90s, this is how we got caught up with all this. There goes sister in the house, child. The sister that showed up. This is how we got caught up, Pastor Will, with this domestic violence, child.
It really is. It really
act
is.
like you own somebody, and now you think you can put your hands on people. This is why we got problems out here.
That's exactly why I told you. It's that concept. If I can't have you, can't nobody have you. Type of mindset. It's that possession, that possessive mindset.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to teach that out. This is crazy.
It's real crazy. I'm not agreeing with it. I'm just telling you, when we talk about infidelity, you don't own nobody.
You don't own nobody. Now, look, from a biblical standpoint, the word of God does say once you get married, your body is no longer your own. Absolutely. Your body belongs to your spouse. That goes both ways, y'all. Just in case y'all don't read the Bible, it goes both ways, right? The man, nobody body belong, but that is not saying that person is your possession. This is crazy. This is crazy. It's crazy. Okay, I'm just saying it's crazy. Okay, so now we got to get men out of treating people like possessions. That's what I hear you saying.
1 Corinthians 7 and round 4. 7.
For sure. Yeah, that's where it's gonna be at. 1 Corinthians 7. There.
Yeah.
There. Okay, so that's clear. Okay, but so first of all, we got to get women from being possessions. That's what I hear. I hear you saying that.
Yeah.
But also then I do think there also needs to be a re-education.
Yeah.
On women also need forgiveness, Pastor Will.
Absolutely.
It's hard to control.
We all need forgiveness, but yes.
Like the foolishness that she did, the person that we're talking about this video.
Yeah.
The foolery, we understand her foolery is the foolery. We get it. Like she probably needed to lay on the couch. We understand that. But also that all of that's happening, as it relates to the man and women dynamic. Like we have to even get this out of the church. Here we go, dating God's way. I'm ready for it. Because in church, people treat women like they possessions as well, Pastor.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
It's a problem the way that people speak to women, even at church.
Yeah. Yeah, it's public, sir. It's on.
It's public. Yes. We everywhere.
We everywhere. Dating God's way everywhere.
You too. We
Dating
everywhere.
God's way plus. I'm about to call it Dating God's way XL. But I don't know. Just sounds
good. Pastor.
But yeah, but I never considered this problem being within the church, and I'm happy you said that.
We're teaching, even, I have definitely been in church where they had taught young men, about how they treat, how they treat women.
Mhm.
So some of this talk or this possession and all of these things, some of it happens. We started at a young age with children
Mhm.
or young men, that they already start some of that behavior. I told y'all this story before, but this for our new viewers. When I was in first grade, this little boy liked me, and
Mm.
I don't know, maybe I was in kindergarten because we was around this. We had this little brick wall outside our kindergarten class, and he kept on grabbing on me, grabbing on me, grabbing on me, and finally, because he was trying to kiss me. A
Who
little
is he?
boy. He lived down the street from me.
Who
This
is
little
he?
boy. Uh, Pastor Will. And so he
Who is
y'all
he?
say, Pastor Will. And so he was trying to kiss me. And y'all know what I did? When I tell y'all I roughed that little boy up, he had to get stitches in his head, child. He was grabbing on me. And it was like, why did you push him? He was just trying to show you that he liked you. And you know what, y'all? Now, in that case, looking back, Pastor Will, somebody should have been like, he had no business grabbing all over you, kissing on you. I don't care how old. Somebody should have told that little boy, you was wrong, child. You ain't
But,
gonna be out here kissing.
well,
That
nobody was going to
boy
say.
had to get
I'm not,
stitches.
I'm not saying it was right, but it was it was. But we grew up on Pepe Le Pew, where Pepe Le Pew was going around grabbing, and that's the kind of
Sexual harassment. That's what Pepe
yeah,
was.
that's what
He was
exactly.
he was a stalker.
And that's the kind of mess. That's the kind of mess that we grew up on.
Yeah.
And if you look at like some of the older, not even we'll go back into the 80s and maybe some of the 90s. You go back into that, but you do see a lot of roughhousing, or what would be considered sexual harassment now. You would see a lot more of that. You'd be like, and when you look at it from a 2023 view, you'd be like, wait a minute, what is happening?
Yeah. Yeah. And that little he went and got his mother necklace too and gave it to me.
Wow.
It was just inappropriate. I'm just like, ain't nobody, it was just an inappropriate situation, Pastor Will. And I see Lady Cam said the church is also possessive of people too. That's true. Nobody is owning nobody out here, y'all. And I think we have to dismantle some of that.
Yeah.
Some of that ownership piece. People are still, even after you marry somebody, they take your name. They do not become your possessions.
Yeah.
They don't become your possession. We got to do better out here in these streets, Pastor Will.
We got to do better. I
think the real reason though why they won't forgive women is really because her value. They don't give her any value. How dare she do something like so and so? It's the diminishing of her value that makes people treat women in a specific way. And we got to do better.
Got to do better.
But how we started this conversation though, threats to your relationship, I'm gonna go back so I can bring us on in tonight so we don't get stuck with the person who was crazy.
Woo. But that was a threat. Like her mom turned out to be a threat to their relationship.
That's exactly where I'm going. The mother was a threat to the relationship.
Before the relationship can be even consummated, the mother was a threat.
Good Lord, that day. Yeah. Well, that's why I was saying all threats are not the opposite sex. Some threats are your family.
Mm-hmm.
Your cousin. Your mindset. The way your family operated. That some of that is a threat.
Is a threat.
Is a threat. Is a threat. Is a threat.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Why you always got to go to the 90s? We just talking about how we getting better from the 90s. We're trying to come out of the 90s. We're gonna try to come out. Because they definitely was owning everybody.
Just-
I mean, owning everybody.
That must have been deep down in there. That must have been deep inside.
That must have been deep down in there. That is correct, Lady Cam saying it. We were taught to put more value on men than women.
That's true.
And why is that? Now, give me the historic nature of that. Do you have that one as well down there?
Well, I don't know of other than, typically, and the men would go out and work, bring food home for the family, and go kill some lions and some tigers, and
They did not. Unless you in Kenya, ain't nobody doing that.
And put meat on the table. And so
because he
was a sole provider.
He was a sole provider. But you know what though? Even though he was the sole provider, he was not the sole caretaker. There needed to be both. Somebody needed to take care of the house.
But there was
somebody needed to take care of the kids.
You're absolutely right. But there was, I don't know. I wasn't living back there. I don't know what the value of being a caregiver was, even now, I don't know what the value of being a home.
You don't know what the value is?
I don't know
what the value is.
I don't know what's considered the value of a spouse, that one of the spouses that stay at home, whether it's husband or wife. So, I don't know what the societal value is of
but
that.
This is it. It's too much money. You can't even afford it. That's the answer.
Some people doing it. Some couples are doing it.
I'm just saying that the value of it, of someone taking care of children, is invaluable. Oh, there's my friend, and she says it right here. Invaluable. The value is priceless.
But I don't know how
of your home, your children, nurse, a nurse, a teacher, a cook. Look, where you going to get all those things at in one person? Nowhere but a mother.
But I hear what the moms are saying. I hear what the ladies are saying. And yes, you all are absolutely, no dispute. You all are absolutely right. But I don't. Right. But I don't know how much men value stay at home.
They don't enough. They don't. It's seen as a position of power that I go to work and you stay home. It's seen as a leverage point of he is doing everything. He is not doing everything.
Yeah.
He can do the things that he's doing because I'm also doing the things I'm doing. Right? It's seen as a low value when actually the person that's rearing your children should have all the value. I mean, who your children end up being in society is going to be largely due to the person that spends the most time with them. That should be common sense. But it is not, y'all. It's not common sense. And this is what we have to start teaching at a young age, Pastor Will. We got to get it together. Yeah. We got to get it together.
And that's my point, Cam, that should not be compared but complimented verbally. It's communication conversations need to be had about the value of stay-at-home moms and what their value is, not only for men, not for women.
Not just stay-at-home. Not just stay-at-home, Will. It's not just about stay-at-home women.
Okay.
It's about women that carry the home load, period. This is the truth.
It is the truth.
That even a woman who works 15 jobs.
Absolutely.
She comes home. She does all the things with the kids. She does the things. Like the moms just in most cases carry a lot more of the weight.
That's true.
And so the value is not just about the woman that stays home. It's the woman, period. She carries a lot of weight. She should be valued for that, period.
Yeah. And then if the kid go around or get bad, then they call the mom a bad mom. Yeah, that's terrible. That's horrible.
Right. Where's the father?
Yeah.
Oh, he had to work. What about his father responsibility? I'm just saying society is messed up. We have to do better with communicating.
Society has to do better.
And
I
it's
agree with
God's
that.
give God's way. We need to get everybody together. That's it. That's the answer
Whew. Well,
tonight. Tonight was something else, wasn't it?
well, family, this was deeper than I thought it was going to be. Welcome back.
And the father get to watch their children. That's right, Yvette. It's foolishness. It is foolishness. But we getting it together. We back, y'all. We
Y'all,
back.
we back. We back. We back. That was, I know
Love
that.
it. That was intense, wasn't it?
I
It was
know that was
an
intense.
intense hour. We back,
We
y'all.
made it though. We made it. We made it. Thank God we made it. Look, it's so good to see you guys here. 3 years after the pandemic has started. As Bishop said, that we're going to pray for those of y'all that has to. Biden is calling back into the office. And Biden might be calling me back into the office to pray for me. But we are back. We back here on Tuesday nights at around 8 o'clock.
Around 8 o'clock. Y'all know how we do. Around 8 o'clock. Okay.
Around 8 o'clock.
Work be working.
Work be working.
Around 8 o'clock, we be here.
Yeah. So work be working. Around 8 o'clock, we be here.
Ministry be ministry.
We be at Vision Impact Center on Beach Road every Sunday morning, starting at 9 o'clock, 9 and 10 o'clock services. Hey, hope to see you at 4520 Beach Road in Temple Hills, Maryland. I want to see you in the house, not only online, but I want to
come
see you in
see
the house.
us. Come see us. We there.
In the house. Yeah, something is happening at Vision Impact Center, and you want to be a part of it. Look, we got some back to school events coming up for Vision.
Yes, if you would like to give to our back to school events, you can. We're doing 100 book bags. We would love to do 200. We're supporting a school that has 450 elementary students. So we would love to be able to provide more book bags. So if you are interested in partnering with us and or you are interested in donating, you can donate at Cash Out Vision Impact Center, Cash Out Vision Impact Center, or PayPal info at myvisioncommunity.org. You can see all our ways to give on our page. But yes, we are partnering with a school, 450 students there in the Temple Hills area, and we would love to have you support that effort.
Yeah, so y'all come on through. Y'all, we had a fantabulous trip on this past weekend to Philadelphia with the Vision Impact family. It was wonderful. Thank you, Kanisha, for posting all the ways that you can give towards the vision. Look, thank you all for joining on tonight. We will see you
next
when we
Tuesday.
see you. Next Tuesday.
At least.
Go.
Oh, he's back. New promo video loaded. Send it to us. Y'all do it. You ready?
Drake, thanks for hanging in here with us, Drake. Kanisha, Yvette. Yeah.
I wear the world on my sleeve. The music, the money, the fame. What else do I need? I'm like a beast, none the least. Trapped up in these chains. I got this heart pumping music flowing through my veins. It's kind of trapped in my brain, driving me insane. Like it's dripping down on me like acid rain. My back's against the wall. Time's my enemy. Desire for something higher won't let